Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 48 of the Fact Cast. My name is Matt Miller, as always. And FACT stands for what it's stood for since the dawn of time. Let's start this way. Nathaniel Bauman, what does FACT stand for?
It stands for frequent answers and questions.
We got to do something about that, Mike. We got to get 5. We also have the return of Victor Carranza Jr., yet again making another appearance. Thank you, Victor. Say some things so the people who are actually listening know you're not a ghost.
YOLO.
Well put terribly. We have Colorado's favorite dirtbag, Nate DiCarlo.
Hola, how are you?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Greg Lloyd is in the house.
What's up, everyone?
What's up, indeed? What happened today, Greg, on the freeway that you almost died because of?
Oh, well,
I
I
hear a
didn't
little
almost
about
die,
this.
but I think a few other people.
It was close enough.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Well, yeah, so I woke up, as I usually do for work at like 5 o'clock, did my normal thing. As I was driving out to the freeway, I saw a bunch of smoke in the air. I was like, oh, that looks rather nasty fire. But it's probably not on the freeway because, why would there be fire coming from the freeway? But anyways, as I got
Freeways don't
closer,
catch
I
on
realized
fire. It gets hot out, but not that hot.
it was coming from the freeway. I saw all these fire trucks going on there and stuff. So I was like, well, I should probably not go on the freeway right now. So I, went past it. And as I was going on the overpass, just right to the left, on the Alvin School, there's this huge fire, flames, smoke, everything. And, the whole 60 was shut down for an hour or two, I think. I don't know. A lot of my coworkers were late. But apparently what happened, I didn't really see anything because it was too smoky. But there's a big
Fire.
dump truck, I think it said. The dump truck was going westbound on the 60, just minding its own business, got cut off by someone, and then swerved and hit the middle of the 60 to try to dodge. But of course, that was a stupid idea because he ended up going into.
Yeah, that was a really stupid idea. He's like, oh, this will stop me.
Yeah,
Eastbound is the one that...
yeah, ended up going into the eastbound traffic and smashed into a bunch of people. Apparently, no one has died yet. I mean, there's a few people in the hospital, but yeah, there's a huge ball of fire and everything.
Because
I was late to work.
60 West, and I was like, there's no cars on the east side of this. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I kept driving, and all of a sudden I just was like, okay, this is really weird. There's no cars. And then I just saw all these like fire trucks and trains and shit, and they were like moving a car, but it was just them, and there was no like freeway traffic. And then as I got towards like Broadway and the 60,
Two streets that exist in Arizona.
all these cars in one line exiting, and I was like, and everybody was just standing still, and it was backed up all the way till Hawaii practically. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. There's some videos you can put on the YouTube later.
I got a question for people. This is related but unrelated.
It's not related
So like when there's a traffic jam in the direction opposite of what you're going, so if you're going westbound on, the 60 or whatever, and there's a traffic jam eastbound, and you see all the cars stopped and you think to yourself like, haha, I'm glad I'm not in that. And then you drive a little bit farther and then you see all the traffic going the opposite way that's like moving at normal speed, but they haven't hit the traffic jam yet. What do you guys think about that? Because I'm always like, these assholes have no idea what's coming.
I was just like, I just want to warn them, turn back, exit now, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst is when you're like coming along, you're like, oh, is it something bad? And there's like a little hill, and you're like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. So you wait a little bit, and like you get over the next hill of like the interstate, and you're like, oh no, you like see across all the fucking land.
I saw an accident right now on the way to Verizon. I was 5 cars behind it. Saw it live.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
I actually saw.
Yeah.
Was it a guy running over he curbed it or something?
It was on the 60 in Alma School, and
2 more streets.
They were going over the Alma School bridge that goes over the 60 freeway, and so this
people
person
have no idea
exiting
what
the
we're talking
60
about.
freeway, was exiting to go left on Alma School. Well, his light was red, and I don't know if he didn't see it or thought he could beat the red light, but he just gunned it as our lights are green and just nailed this this Explorer and just like ripped the entire front of the Explorer off, and then of course like the horn got stuck, so it was just like beep, and I was like, oh my god, as I'm getting closer, I was like, please don't let this guy's head just be like into the steering wheel, like, oh,
What, GTA style?
oh my god. But luckily he wasn't, and it was crazy just seeing it live.
GTA
Well,
style.
definitely GTA. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought of right away. GTA.
A lot of stuff on because the other one was on the 68
Yeah.
high school too. And then I actually saw another live accident today too. I was like,
Why does everyone just
Friday.
hate each other on the road?
It's Friday.
It was
And-
lunchtime, so I was driving out for lunch, and then right in front of me, I was going to go straight in the intersection, but there was a lane, there were people turning left in front of me, and then these people had the green light, and so some old guy like just decides to go left, and when he had the red light, and then, someone just kind of, it was a not too hard of it, but it was like, and then the old guy was turning around and stuff, and
I was like, where are my groceries?
Well,
ladies
you
and
two
gentlemen-
do live and work in Mesa, Arizona, which explains a lot of
Yeah.
both of that. I mean, you don't see that
Two
much.
places in Arizona, by the way, everyone.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys all for tuning in. This is episode 48 of the Fat Cast. This
Been
is a
fun.
show where we talk about many different topics.
About traffic accidents for a really long.
Traffic accidents, pretty much for the whole episode. I hope you guys are excited. We never made it on live television, but at least we're here for you guys. If you want to send us the questions, Google FAQcast, FAQCAST, and you will literally find something. Tweet at us, right on the YouTube page. We'll respond to it, man. We are grassroots starting up. Tonight, we're going to talk about shit news. That's where we talk about current things that are going on, like the traffic accident. And if you like that, obviously stay tuned, because we're going to talk about Samsung phones blowing up, the iPhone 6.
What do you mean, like blowing up?
Dad's
Like
dad. Is the iPhone 8?
I
The
got
iPhone 7.
7. I got something to say about the
Okay.
Samsung.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's
okay,
good.
I have a question. Are the Samsung phones getting popular, or are they exploding?
They're
Like,
exploding.
Okay.
Are they really explaining, or are they just catching on fire?
We're also going to talk about the wealthiest families in America, and how, like, you said, like, Walmart is like the top, like, 5 people, really.
I know who the wealthiest black person is. in
That's
America.
nice, Victor. We're starting a new segment called Better
No, he's the third.
Better or Worse, where we pick a subject, a person, a noun, and we compare it to other things.
He's not there.
Sorry.
Sorry.
But first, we're going to start off with the soapbox. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight's soapbox is about when you're starting a new job. Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's fun, but usually it's boring because you're just sitting there waiting for things to get set up. You're either getting trained, people are messing with you for some reason. You don't even understand the jokes they're talking about. They have names for the restaurant down the street.
Inside jokes.
Gang Puck.
And then they just laugh at you because they know you don't get it. They know that my laugh in response to their inside joke is fake, and I don't really know why it's funny.
But they know it's fake.
But you
They know
laugh
it's fake,
anyway.
And they laugh at me more.
Oh, okay, well, Victor, you just started a new job.
Yes.
How's your week?
Well, I'm very
Media
excited
production company.
for this job. It's production. I get to be a cinematographer and editor for this company that does audio and visuals for corporate conferences, shows, fashion shows, events, whatever, you name it, whatever. And you get to travel and whatever. The point is, this
Not
job is the first of its kind at this company.
It's a new opening. It's a
They've
position.
outsourced this position all the time, and now it's finally in-house, and that's where I come in. So the thing is, no one knows what to do. No one knows what to tell me to do. So I'm sitting there like, what should I do? And then they look at me saying, well, I don't know. What should you do?
Well, don't ask them what to do.
I don't have anything to do until I go to my first show.
Just start putting PVC pipes together.
I-
Different ways.
I
They
literally-
got them in the back.
I watched tutorials for a whole week. And then tutorials on After Effects, which is a computer special effects program. But the owner came up to me finally on Wednesday and was like, hey, man, you busy? And I was like, no. Like, I mean, I was reading. I'm not. What do you want? You know?
Not for you.
He's like, I need you to redo my sales PowerPoint presentation. Can you do PowerPoint? And I was like, yeah, can't everybody do PowerPoint?
It's the orange one with P. Of course I can do that
So,
one.
Of course, I was like, well, I'm going to make the best fucking PowerPoint presentation ever because I have so much time, right? So I make him one little version. He's like, can you tweak this and do that? I don't really like this. So I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, I'll do that. So then he leaves out of town for Dallas. So for the next 2 days, I make him 7 different PowerPoint presentations because I was so bored.
Dope, dude. I bet they're sick. Were
Did
there
you Google-
transitions and music?
Yes, there was transitions, no music.
No music.
but
Dear God,
it was
please.
transitions.
Doodle it, doodle it.
And I mean, even like Steven was just like, yeah, dude, like 1 or 2 is cool. I was like, well, I did 7 because I had that much time. I made you 7. So of course he comes in town today and he's like, hey man, You know that PowerPoint? Like it's like a second thought to him. He's just like, oh yeah, PowerPoint.
Not even important.
And of course I'm all like, oh yes, yeah, fuck yeah.
It's my time to shine.
You know.
I know exactly. So before you say what he says, he probably said, "Why did you make 7?" Right?
Well, he said, oh, you kind of went a little bit over, but okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mike, I made you 7 different versions. You just let me know what you want. And at the end of it, which Mike doesn't really show much emotion. So of course I'm
He was like crying.
I'm intimidated by him, and I'm kind of nervous. And I'm like, hey, if you don't like it,
He's a big guy.
take some things out. Yeah, he's big. He's got a good, goatee and everything. And I'm like, oh, if you like it, you don't like it, I'll take it out. If you don't want that, oh, that's a picture. I thought it was no, but you probably don't. No. And I just got my binder, and I was just like, okay, just tell me. That's literally how it was. And at the end of it, of course I'm like looking over at him like,
Show me something.
yeah. And he's like, it's good, man. I really like what you did. And in my head, I was like jumping up and down, like
The little dog just
like, yeah. And then he turned around and walked away, and he was like, all right, cool, man, thanks. Gave me a little bit of notes, and that was it. And that made my entire week.
He's like, how many hours did you build for this? 48 hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
7 different
time.
PowerPoints.
It's a week and a half.
But PowerPoint has changed so much since, I used it in high school. The new PowerPoint. I mean, you can straight up do, graphic design. On
Oh
PowerPoint.
yeah, totally.
It's
You can add
ridiculous.
lines in and move lines out. Yeah, for sure.
You can take backgrounds out of pictures. And
Yeah,
shit.
it took me 30 minutes to figure out
Yeah.
how to add a transition because it wasn't as easy as it used to be.
It's a long time.
Anyway, yeah. So that first week was a little kind of boring, but once I get going with my first show, I can start going at it. It's just I can't really go to anybody for direction because no one knows.
Yeah.
And I'm not really being measured against a previous employee, which is good. But still exciting.
Add a transition. Click on the thumbnail of the slide you'd like to transition into. Select the slideshow tab and then slide transitions. Returns and affects. You're right. There's 5 steps.
Right.
30 minutes.
And
That
if you
makes
have
sense.
6 different things on the slide, you can label each individual one to do it I want you to come in 10 seconds after the first one comes in, but the first one's going to come in at 25 seconds. And it's there's no...
I come at 30
Dude,
seconds,
Dude's
so...
gonna be doing the PowerPoint. It's gonna be one of you wants to change it, and then it ends up being
Yeah.
10 things.
I think I
It's
fucked it up, so I
fuck.
had to...
And we'll see you next
Make it
one.
easy. Because it is his sales thing that he goes to get clients with, which was also super intimidating. Because I was
He's
like,
gonna fuck up
oh,
his
fuck.
timing. He's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I learned so much just dumb shit for about a week and a half at new jobs I've worked at.
yeah.
I learned about just groundwater software that I never used again because a company was like, oh yeah, we're not paying for that anymore. I'm like, you mean the 1 month I was there was the last month you had the program and you weren't thinking about, we didn't know it was running out. I'm like, well, that's great. Are we going to buy a new one? Nope. Okay. That's cool. I learned Microsoft Access.
Yeah,
Access.
Excess.
Access.
Microsoft
With
Excess.
an E.
Finally, this program was the excessive one.
Oh, that's nice. It's like, what does it have? Everything.
And more. Getting back to the core of the thing that we're
Cost more,
talking
you
about. I do got I work in kitchens and I've worked in,
Kitchen design.
well, I've worked in, restaurants and then kitchens and I pretty much do cooking full time now. And every time you start a new job in a kitchen, they kind of throw you kind of in the prep areas and just having you just start you off and just getting kind of ready for the day and the shift, making all the sauces, all this, that.
Here's some limes.
Yeah, pretty
Here's
much.
a knife.
Just stuff like that.
You're
So,
like, thanks?
in the first, in the first couple months, you just want to get out there, in behind the grill, be the guy, show off your skills. But they're like, we just want you to prep things. And you're like, but I want to prove myself. And then 8 months in, a year in, you're just cooking all day, every day. And then finally your boss is or it's just time to just go prep stuff. And you can just go stand in the back of the kitchen with just a list of things to do. Nobody comes and talks to you. Nobody bothers you. And it's just the most wonderful feeling in the world. Cause it's just, kind of just
You're
almost
still
zen,
alone.
just just kind of mindless, just do.
That's what I do all day. And
But
it's
it's just-
Reddit.
Yeah, it's
Turn
kind of
all
like
the
that.
links
It's just,
purple
it's nice
or
because
blue.
it's just nobody bothers you. You just kind of know in your head a list of stuff that you need to do. I need to prep these, prep that, prep this, make these sauces, do that. And it's just peaceful. And it's just funny how from the beginning when you have to prep things, it's oh, this is the worst. And then when you're a long way in, a year in, it's I could do this literally all day long.
That
Anyway, that's it for me.
Is that it? Nathaniel, you never boring first week at your job? You were like thrown into the fucking fires and
No, I mean,
The fires
how to
of
fight the
taxes.
trolls.
No, but it's no. The first week is always it's stupid. It's usually a bunch of stupid
Sucks.
trainings. You never get anything out of it because you learn all your stuff on the job.
Exactly.
Sexual harassment training.
Sexual harassment training.
Stupid shit like that, and then you do your job, and you,
Surprisingly, they
it's
haven't
like,
sent me
your
through that
job's
yet.
just suck in general. I mean, like,
If you think about it, they do. Even if they're fun in the beginning,
Yeah.
it's like a relationship that you really didn't want,
Yeah.
but it was good enough, you know.
Yeah.
It was like nice
But
boobs.
what about the the coworkers like and their inside jokes?
See, what's
Saying
good for
to you-
what's good for me is that I work with a bunch of nerdy ass scientist people. So like they're I love you guys, by the way. Jesse, Emily. I left a couple people out. But no, the thing is that like on my first week at work, like I was talking more than anyone else was. Like we went to lunch like every single day for the first week, so everyone could know. I was just like thinking, like, am I talking too much? I'm like, no, this girl's just sitting over there. Literally, she has said 2 words the whole time.
Dude,
They're just gone.
fucking
Nice,
guy.
very nice of
that's
you.
what it is, dude. No, that's how work starts. It's like you sit down and then you realize like you want to like get to know these people, you want to be their friend. Then all of a sudden, once you get to know them, you're just like, I don't fucking care. You're like, dude, I don't like me.
You're like-
get through this lunch, so I can
Like-
go home.
Well, like,
Yay, we had lunch today.
This little Mexican
Honey?
guy named Noberto at work, he like comes up to me like every like
This is your old job now.
no new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every like few hours, and he's always like, "Hola, Victor, welcome to Mark's Productions," and then he'll laugh and walk away. And at first, I was like, "Hey, thanks," you know. And then he did it again like 5 hours later.
That's something I feel like
And I
you would
was
do to
like,
some new guy, Victor.
Okay, yeah, I mean, but I was like, thanks, and then he did it again the next day, and then he did it 5 hours after that, and then on Wednesday when he did it again, I was like, and he goes, ha ha ha, you wondering why I always say hello, Victor, huh? And I'm like, yeah, and he goes, I'm just messing, and then he like walked away, and I was like, how is that messing with? It must be something in Spain that's some kind of joke or with those Mexicans or anything. I don't know. I don't speak Mexican. Noberto, go away.
No,
He's a cool
everyone on FAC is racist.
He's a good
like
guy.
Victor is.
Noberto's a good guy.
That is true. Not everybody is.
At least your name is Victor, so like we know, you know immediately. Like if I say Victor, someone's like, oh, a guy named Victor said it.
Yeah.
If your name was Tommy,
Yeah.
but you are a full blown, you know, Hispanic American.
He was Spanish. He was.
Victor. It could be Spanish or
Or Russian.
All right, boys and girls.
I have more to say. on
No, we're cutting it off there. We're at 17 minutes. Exactly 1/4 of the way through, Nick.
But I got more to
Thank
say.
you for trying. On to, I believe it was good. You can own with this, Nick. You can give me your, what is it, Nick? I'm just kidding. On to shit news. Why is it called shit news, Nick?
Because my life is shitty.
Aw.